Pink Shirt Day in many schools, communities, and workplaces right across Canada, with this year's theme hitting cyberbullying and asking people to be kind. Pink Shirt Day originated in 2007 after two Nova Scotia teens encouraged fellow students to wear pink t-shirts in support of a pupil who was being bullied for wearing a pink shirt. As we mentioned, this year's theme, hitting cyberbullying and asking people to be kind. Joining us now to talk a little bit more about this is Jasmine Daya. She's a lawyer focusing on cyberbullying and what you can do if your child is a victim. Jasmine, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So, from a legal perspective as a lawyer, is cyberbullying illegal?
It can be. It depends on the type of bullying that we're talking about. So traditional bullying would involve scuffles in the schoolyard, some teasing. Cyberbullying takes it a little bit further. There is involvement of technological devices, especially in today's day and age. So there could be Snapchats, texts, posts on social media, all sorts of things that make the situation that much worse. You asked me if there are consequences, there's legal issues involved, and yes, there can be. So there can be criminal charges laid against the bully. Some municipalities throughout Canada have bylaws where a ticket can be issued for bullying.
Wow.
From a civil perspective, that's where you may need the involvement of a personal injury lawyer such as myself. We can sue for damages for the victim in the situation.
Is it getting worse?
It's hard to say. I feel like it is because the stories are so much worse. And I feel that it's an unintended consequence of technological advancement.
Yeah. There's a new study that came out of Yale. Tell us about this.
There's a new study that came out of Yale that linked bullying with suicide, and they've termed it bullycide.
Because we are seeing more children or youth turning to suicide as a result of having been bullied.
That's right. And, you know, just a few years ago, we have the tragic story of Amanda Todd.
Yes.
And fast forward, suicide is not something we're hearing less of. We're hearing more of it. I have clients that are age 11, age 14, and put on suicide watch because of the bullying and the cyberbullying. With cyberbullying, you can't escape it. It follows you. Wherever you go, you can't just leave the school, leave the bully aside. Yeah. Cyberbullying will follow you wherever you go, even if it's to a new school.
That's because times have changed. When we were little, you know, in our generation, it was on the playground, at school. As you say, now it's social media. So that the kids are on the phone all the time. They have access to that cyberbullying all the time. It is following them everywhere. So what do we as parents do? How do we intervene? How do we talk to our kids about this? What's your recommendation?
I think communication is so important. It's always been important with your children and as parents, but it's so much more important now. You want your children to feel like they can come to you no matter what.
Yes.
And you can see hints of issues going on if they're communicating with you. If you suspect that your child is a victim of bullying or cyberbullying, you definitely want to talk to the teachers, talk to the school principal. If you need to escalate it, you're going to go to the superintendent of the school board.
Yeah.
And if it needs to go further than that, don't hesitate to go to the police.
Is this an opportunity today to do it? Because, you know, the kids are being encouraged to wear pink to school. I was shopping around for a pink t-shirt yesterday for my daughter. She doesn't like pink. When I got home, I said, I don't want to wear pink tomorrow to school. And I said, well, here's why. And I took the opportunity to introduce the word, she's only 5, bullying. She didn't know that word yet. And I wanted to talk to her about it. Are they ever too young to start talking to them about it and helping them understand why and what the messaging is behind Pink Shirt Day?
I don't think so. I think that what you did is amazing. I think that communicating with your child, obviously age-appropriate conversations, but explaining the reason why we have Pink Shirt Day. It's a day where we are supposed to do acts of kindness and to remember that there is no reason to engage in the senseless acts that can have consequences for someone for the rest of their life.
So the kids are wearing pink shirts today, but it's on us as parents today to use this as an opportunity to talk to our kids, get that communication going, like you said, Jasmine.
Absolutely.
Thank you so very much. Wonderful information from you today.
Thanks so much for having me.